kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the Bourbon Legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're Bourbon Legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour, gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the Bourbon Legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're Bourbon Legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before, and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the Bourbon Legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're Bourbon Legends, come gather round. Come gather round. Come gather round.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you again on this beautiful Thursday night, June 4th. I think that's June. When is Juneteenth? Is that the 19th? This is June 4th, which means 1 month from today will be July 4th. We'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of our great nation. And I'm telling you what, Roger, have you seen? Hold on, I'm going to adjust my screen there a little bit. Have you seen all the different SKUs that are coming out about 250 now? It's
Oh,
almost
yeah,
getting to the not just bourbon, but like whiskey. Is everything now is 250. Dodge trucks, the official vehicle of the 250th birthday. I'm like, it's almost getting sickening at this point now.
They've got whole row at Kroger dedicated to items that are 4th of July and the 250th celebration. A whole row. So it's pretty crazy. Even at the grocery store, everything else. All your, you got Doritos, your 250th Doritos. So
one of these days I'll need to tell everybody about how Doritos came about. If you've never heard that story, have you ever heard it? It has something to do with Disney.
Yeah,
I'll just say that.
Story time with Santa. We've got that later on.
We'll do that some other time. Here we've got not Julian Van Winkle, but we have Chill Will Rocco Van Winkle, who slept most of the day today. How are you?
So I think that leads into tonight's game. Is Roger telling a lie? I think I heard something about we might play that. I might have been telling a lie when I said I was asleep all day.
Yeah, this would be up to our audience. If you guys want to, when Roger says something, you can leave it in the comments if you think he's lying or telling the truth. There's something about Roger Day. He thinks it's April Fool's Day or something because he's told me so much crap today that I've believed. Like I have this big gullible, G or something on my head. And then he's like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think it would be a good segment to let the audience say, hey, is what Roger's saying believable, or is he just full of crap?
Yeah, well, I know he's full of crap, but I mean, not everybody knows him as well as me and you do.
We'll get into more of that story later on because I had a chat with a few ladies today that gave me some information.
Ah.
So
Yeah, well, let's hit on that real quick.
okay.
So there is a video out that is on YouTube, and the headline was what, Roger? The 6 things that women like in bourbon drinkers, or something along those lines.
Yeah, women like about bourbon drinkers.
And I AI'd it and ChatGPT'd it, and guess what? I found all 6.
I found all 6, but of course they missed the most important one. Number 7,
Being a bourbon
What's that?
legend.
one. So number 7 would be being a bourbon legend, and number 8 would be wearing Rick House cologne.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because we have solidified with that little sponsorship we have with them, and we will have a full-blown commercial next week about Rick House.
Well, we might have a full-blown commercial here in the next couple of minutes. You never know.
You never know. I mean, you spray it on you, and your woman's going to love you.
They're either gonna think you're really drunk and you've like spilt whiskey all over you. Nope, it's the Rick House cologne. Hey, a few other things we've got a couple of news stories we're gonna hit. One of the other things that we're gonna do tonight, I just came back from Florida, and I was lucky enough to find this bottle, and I'm gonna tell you that bottle right there is hard to find. That 125 Sazerac, so I said, what the heck? You know what we'll do? We'll do like we did the other day, and we're going to put that up, and you can have your opportunity to bring that bottle home with you. We're going to do that after the interview with, we'll get to that in just a minute too. But first, let's go to some news stories just real quick. So one of the releases that's coming out here pretty soon, if it's not already out, is Michter's 10-year rye. Is this a yep for you guys, or is that a big nope?
I've got last year's version, so I'm going to have to go nope.
Nope on you on this one, huh?
And
well, I mean, my problem is I'll never see it. I don't think I'll ever see it. So
really,
I
found one in Arkansas.
Maybe, but over the next few months, I doubt I'm going to be out looking for it anyway. So probably be a nope.
That's true. That's true.
Well, that's the truth.
It says it's a rare release worth waiting for. I know, if you do like rye, it's a pretty dadgum good rye.
I do enjoy a good rye, so maybe I will get out. Maybe I'll feel good one day and say, hey, let me go hunt this and see if I can find it.
I need to find a 10-year rye.
Well, I do know that one of our local stores that we enjoy, 107 Liquor, last year had quite a few, both the rye and the bourbon, that he put out at retail throughout the year on his barrel. So there was more available here in Arkansas than I'd seen in a while.
So what that means is, Will, if you want a bottle, have Roger be checking those barrel tops.
Yeah, I'll just get Roger to get it for me, and then conveniently forget to pay him for it.
There we go.
There you go. That's the best way. Like I say, free whiskey's the best whiskey.
That's
chicken
right.
cock. We don't see much chicken cock around here. But you remember when I was we were in Bardstown and I was riding on that big chicken cock?
Mm-hmm.
You rode that chicken.
There may be some pictures floating out on the internet with me on top of that chicken cock. But
I think there's some video too.
Oh, video. Wow.
Yeah,
well,
they're moving and everything.
Well, I tell you what, we could really go off the rails on that right now when I was talking about riding a big chicken cock. But Old Glory is what they're calling this one. I don't know if our friends over at Old Glory are going to sue them or not for using that name. But anyway, this is what I would call, I don't know, I mean, it's a rye, but I would almost call it like an apple rye, because they have collaborated with Laird's Apple Brandy, which is one of the biggest brandy makers of apple brandy. And so that might be something, to look for. I don't know, where it's going to be dropped at. I doubt here, but Arkansas, but maybe we might get our hands on a little chicken cock apple brandy Old Glory rye.
Yeah, it sounds interesting to me. I think I would like to try it if I ever see it.
Again, I think it's another release based around the 250th. I don't think they'd have had it this year if it hadn't been the 250.
No, because I mean it's Old Glory,
Yeah.
and you see the flag coming out of the
Well,
chicken spot.
I mean, everybody's going to cash in on that marketing bonanza that's coming up. So why not, right?
Absolutely. We're not going to though. We're not going to capitalize on it.
We're not going to have a America 250th Bourbon Legends T-shirt.
I mean, if y'all want one, I could probably design it.
We're gonna have a fireworks show that we're gonna broadcast live on the show.
That's right.
Well, there you
I
go.
mean, somebody in your family puts on one hell of a show.
Right.
Yeah, and it's going to be the last time that this show will ever take place. It was supposed to be the last time last year, and I talked my dad into spending thousands of dollars again to buy all these fireworks. And you know what he told me today? What the hell? Let's just buy more.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Won't do it on this channel.
That's going to be the highlight of the summer.
I'm telling you. And lastly, Chattanooga Whiskey was just named the best American craft producer at the World Whiskey Awards this year. And guys, maybe we can ask our esteemed guest what that all entails. You think?
Maybe
I
so.
think we can.
Because I'm going to tell you, we have got the one and only Tim Piersant from, there you go, from Chattanooga Whiskey. That's why you guys are all logged in here tonight and you want to see what's going on. So let's just see if we can't bring Tim in. Hey, Tim, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
Not a whole lot. Congratulations on that award.
Thank you. It was I like to say that it was earned.
There you go. You didn't do like our local newspaper does. They'll send you, or they used to. There's really not newspapers anymore, but they used to send us something at Imboden Carpet, and they're like, "Congratulations, you have been awarded the best carpet store in Faulkner County. Now, what size ad would you like to put in the paper?"
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't buy an ad, you weren't the best one anymore.
We've never been really all that. We've never been really all that good at paying to play. So
yeah,
we just try to trust our process and hopefully people recognize what we do. And it's worked out so far because we've gotten some great press and great awards.
Just keep it real. You know what I mean? Keep it real.
That's what we're trying to do.
Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the business, and then we're going to hit you with some hard hitting questions.
Bring them on, man. No such thing. Tim Piersant, CEO, founder of Chattanooga Whiskey, started the company in 2011 alongside a co-founder, and fought laws for the first 2 years, basically prohibition era laws that prohibited the majority of the 95 counties in Tennessee from distilling or doing any kind of manufacturing of spirits. And believe it or not, from 1915 until we passed our bill, House Bill 102 in May of 2013, those laws stood. So it ended up, being a longer process than we had hoped because we were eager to be the first back in Chattanooga in 100 years. But it was necessary. We created a campaign called the Vote Whiskey Campaign. And that's really what galvanized our local community support. And if you Google Vote Whiskey, it's pretty fun because it's all about Chattanooga Whiskey changing Tennessee state laws. And it became a big part of our history, being, law changers. And And then, we hired Grant McCracken, our founding distiller, who came down from Boston Beer. He was the head brewer and head of R&D for Boston Beer. So he joined me in 2014. We built the experimental distillery in 2015, which is officially the first distillery in Chattanooga in 100 years. And we went to work on building the future of Chattanooga Whiskey's, recipes and flavor profile on a 100-gallon pot still. From 2015 to 2017, we put away over 100 different recipes, featuring hundreds of different specialty malted, roasted and toasted grains. And because, Grant was really, he was inspired by the flavor that he was able to create through beer to make bourbon. And that was something I was also inspired by through him to do. And so we basically just created this amazing testing ground where when we built our Riverfront distillery, our second distillery in 2017, to be able to scale our favorite recipes, we ended up having a barrel cellar full of 100 different recipes to choose from. And so in March of 2017, when we finally opened the doors to our Riverfront distillery, which is a column still and a pot doubler, so it's it can produce a lot more. It produces about 2,000 plus barrels versus experimental's 50 barrels. So experimental basically is 1 barrel a week, and that's what we've always done. And so when it came time to scale from experimental over to Riverfront, our team created a bracket of all of our recipes. We got down to our final 4, and Grant and I blind tasted the final 4, and we selected barrel number 91. And why that was significant is because we were selling an MGP for that entire period. That we built the brand off of the backs of MGP to get started. We fought laws while we were selling MGP. I mean, from 2012, April of 2012 until August of 2019, our flagships in distribution were MGP. It's called Chattanooga Whiskey 1816. So we built that up to nearly 20,000 cases. And so when it was time to select our favorite recipe to replace 1816, it was a big deal because we were about to replace the bourbon that we had been selling for most of a decade. And so we selected barrel number 91 as our favorite. So I like to, joke around and say that it took us 91 tries to get the recipe right. And we've actually released, we've all of those recipes that we make, all the recipes we make at experimental. We've done over 500 experimental barrels from when we started distilling in 2015, and we're still doing it through now. And we've released nearly 50 batches into the market, plus hundreds of single barrels. So we've released a lot of those recipes, but we chose 91 because it was the kind of the best combination of the utilization of specialty malts that we use and traditional bourbon. It was a great combination of those two things. And we ended up coining our own style of bourbon during this entire process called Tennessee High Malt. So no one can make Tennessee High Malt except for Chattanooga Whiskey because we trademarked it, nearly a decade ago. And Tennessee High Malt essentially is all of our recipes that we are doing are greater than 25% in specialty malted grains. And that's, so I like to equate Chattanooga Whiskey as, symbolically, we're like the dark chocolate versus every other bourbon's milk chocolate because of our usage, our high usage of specialty malted grains in our bourbons. And we do a lot of, as you can imagine, we've done a lot of other recipes. So we've done American single malts, American malt whiskeys. We've done rye malts. We have bourbons that feature a variety of wheat malt grains, and we've done, we have stout recipes that feature a variety of drum roasted grains. But 91 is our kind of our tried and true. We scaled that up to Riverfront. We ended up scaling several signature recipes up from experimental to Riverfront. In fact, I'd say now because we do, from in 20 after we launched 91 and 111 in 2019 and replaced 1816 Reserve, in the following years, we released our 99 rye into the market. We released our barrel finishing series into the market. We released a bottled and bond in 2021 into the market. We released Founders series, anniversary series into the market. And so we have scaled now more than 30 recipes from experimental up to Riverfront. So when it comes to, innovation, I don't think, and you talk about that award at the beginning of of the introduction. That's why, when we've earned it, we've put the work in. Not only are we, authentically distilling our own product, but the level of innovation, the depth of innovation that Chattanooga Whiskey has, created over 15 years is, I think, unrivaled. So then we've scaled into 28 markets over that period of time, everywhere from east of Colorado, from basically as far west as Colorado, and then pretty much the whole eastern seaboard. And then we won America's Best in Craft and World's Best in Craft by Whiskey Magazine in 2023, and then we won it again in 2026. So and that's our commitment is to keep doing what we're doing. And we have a distilling team of 10, and they're the best in the business. The experimental distillery that we have downtown Chattanooga, look it up. You should definitely visit. It's an amazing story that we've built over these 15 years, and it's one of the top tourist attractions in Chattanooga. And I think, again, when it comes to the world of authentically crafted whiskey, I think Chattanooga Whiskey is number one. So that's the gist of our story.
I have a question amongst when you're talking about that, and I'm just wondering. So your experimental batches that actually come out, are those? So you're actively making those right now from previous experimental batches, and you've just scaled it up, or is it just, are those experimental batches maybe like one-offs?
Yeah, here if it goes into an experimental label. In fact, let me walk over here to the other side of my office real fast. So if it's in a label that looks like this, it's distilled at our Riverfront distillery. We call this kind of wrapped style a hug, basically the hug label. So if it's in the hug label, it is distilled off of our column still at the Riverfront distillery. If it is in this label, it is in, now this is a unique one because this is called Alpha, and this is like basically an alien project that we did. So, but the general structure of the label with Grant's signature, well, actually his signature is it's in alien language in this one, but typically it's Grant's signature down the side of it. So if but this general structure is an experimental, and anything that's distilled on the 100-gallon pot still at the experimental distillery, typically 99% of the time, unless it's a big enough batch, it doesn't ever leave the experimental distillery. So those are usually 1 barrel to 5 barrel batches. And
most of those, do they ever see the light of day, or you just kind of have to come to the distillery to actually find those?
You got to come to the distillery to find them. Now, Alpha, this was called Project Alpha, or Intergalactic Comet Crusher, as another name for it. So that project was about an 800 case batch, and that's a big batch for experimental. So that one went into Tennessee distribution, but no, 99% of the time, I mean, out of the 48 batches, I think less than 5 have made it into distribution. So.
Yeah, I know there's a celebration we have here in North Little Rock where they celebrate an alien that supposedly came down to Earth here, and they have a full celebration over a whole weekend. That would go over very well there.
All right, good to know. Yeah, Little Rock needs a little bit of alpha.
Yeah,
There you go.
to sell at the. They celebrate both this alien as well as Bigfoot and everything else. It's
Cryptids,
pretty-
all kinds of cryptids.
and the cryptic series, cryptic
Yeah.
people.
So I want to jump back, Tim. You were talking a little bit about the struggle, to get the laws changed. When you were talking about the Vote Whiskey campaign, what was the biggest obstacle you ran into that? And did you ever think that, hey, this may not work?
Oh yeah, I think I think the thought that it may not work crossed my mind more times than just going through the law change period. But we were first of all, no local legislators wanted to touch it, so it really we had to go to the community. We had to get community to rally in order for them to want to touch it. So at first, it was kind of a slow process to even discover how the laws read. And then once we began to uncover that, basically what the laws were, then we tried to attack it from a local angle and a county level, basically to get the county to adopt a bill that had passed in Nashville, in Davidson County, Nashville, back in 2009, and that would have been the easiest path until the Tennessee State Attorney General ruled his opinion and said that we cannot change it at a county level, said that we have to change it at a state level. So after we spent all this time rallying we even had a vote at the county level with the county commission. 7 commissioners voted yes, and 2 abstained from voting. But ultimately, we had to form a new bill, and that was the scary part for sure. Basically taking it from a local county fight to a state fight.
So originally, I didn't do any research. I like to ask, direct. So originally, so your county was basically a dry county, or was it a prohibition type county, like you just couldn't distill there?
Right. It was a prohibition on distilling. Right.
Okay. Not on drinking. Like the county I live in, I mean, of course you can drink here, but you can't buy alcohol here. So that was the thing.
Yeah.
So you guys went from you couldn't distill. You thought it was a county issue, but it was really a state issue.
That's right. Yeah. Actually, it was a county issue. I mean, it was a county by county issue, and there was a 2009 bill that where it was a county by county issue then. And honestly, the Tennessee State Attorney General I don't know what he was reading, but it was a county issue. But we ended up having to change it at the state level. In hindsight, it made for a better story. So, because we had to fight harder. And so I'm glad it worked out like it did, but it should have been changed at the county level. But yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I was just sitting here thinking, well, I mean, Jack Daniels has been in Tennessee for well over 100 plus years. Yeah. But I guess, it did go back to the county thing, I guess.
Right.
And by the way, Tim, every time you say the T word, we're supposed to drink. We have a little drinking game. So if I say Tennessee, you don't even have to really do it. You can just pretend.
Well, that's not. I mean, a pretend drinking game is not a fun drinking.
Well,
No, that's not a fun drinking game.
I
agree.
understand that, but I'm also over here running the boards and trying to stay upright in this bar room, in this bar
Well,
chair.
And I'm not even drinking tonight, so I've got some good old body armor.
Yeah.
So,
But the people at home, they like to hear that word. So
they love it. They love it. Now Tuesday, I did partake of a little bit of bourbon, and Tim, one of the bourbons that I had a pour of was the High Malt Founders that Craig's got right there, and I really enjoyed that quite a bit because there's something really different about that to me. Could you talk a little bit about how Chattanooga has really become synonymous with that Tennessee High Malt, and how did y'all come up with that concept?
Founders, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was the Tennessee High Malt concept came out of Grant and I pushing more specialty malts in our bourbon from day one when we were distilling at the experimental distillery, and we were creating our own style of whiskey within, or even technically bourbon within the bourbon industry, and which was what we wanted to do. We wanted a kind of a richer, darker flavor profile than everybody else, and so we didn't have a name for what it was that we were doing. We were distilling with specialty malts, and we were making bourbon with specialty malts. And this is back in 2015, so not a lot of that happening then. But we just didn't have a name for it, and we were not doing the Lincoln County process. We were not doing charcoal filtration. We were not doing what Jack was doing. And so we were like, okay, well, we're not traditionally Tennessee whiskey, and we're not even traditionally bourbon, but we're a unique style of bourbon, and we need to have a name for what it is that we're doing, and that's where Tennessee High Malt was born. So
it was interesting. You were talking about earlier that your master distiller comes from a beer brewing background, and I'm sure that most of our guests know this because they're kind of gurus, nerds, if you will, about whiskey. But I mean, basically, all whiskey is distilled beer. I mean,
that's right. Yeah, we used to make koozies that said "Great whiskey comes from great beer."
Yeah, makes sense.
And it's not something that is widely known. That if you do make great beer, when I was looking for a head distiller, it was Larry Ebersold from MGP, from Lawrenceburg Distillers of Indiana, LDI, who's a legendary distiller, and he was the one that told me, if you're looking for a distiller, look no further than a good brewer. And then that's, not too long after that, I mean, he introduced me to a brewer that was becoming the master distiller of New Riff, and then he introduced me to Grant because he worked with Grant. They both worked together at Boston Beer, so that's how I got introduced to Grant.
Yeah, I may dabble in the dark arts a little bit, and most people, they really, when you say something about distilling or having a still, they're just fascinated. They're like, oh my God, because they're, I guess they're not really familiar with it, but distilling is very simple. You're just pulling the alcohol out of the water,
out of the beer. Yeah.
Yeah. The real key, I think, is having a good mash bill, having a good process, especially if you're doing it commercially, you're trying to get the best yield out of your grains and all that. And I mean, that's really, when you think master distiller, I think most people think of some guy that's sitting there, putting his Glen under, the white dog that's coming out of the but no, I mean, it really is. You can't make great whiskey if you have a bad fermentation or you have bad
Right.
grains or whatever it is. So,
Right.
you know, that's one of the things that it really does make sense, at least, you know, somebody like me who dabbles in this, that you're pulling a man who, and beer making, you know, you had to be more, I guess you'd say, sterile or clean, you know,
Right.
with
Right.
that process.
I think Grant loved the fact that he had to go from that aspect of brewing to being able to kind of work in a distilling environment where it's more like a cast iron skillet. You know, you leave it open and you let it run. I mean, we have our cleaning mechanisms, but very rarely are you using, you know, any sort of cleaning chemicals. You know, you don't have to worry. You know, you're not really worrying about oxygen. So there's
Right.
a lot of stuff that you don't have to worry about with making whiskey, which is, you know, open top fermenters, you know, 7-day fermentations, allowing natural bacteria to settle in, and yeah, it's pretty great.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we had on a lady from Iron Root Distilling over in Texas, and she was even telling us that their master distiller, one time they had a shipment of beef come in, Wagyu beef, and it sat out a little too long, and they were afraid to eat it, so they just put it in the still and distilled it along with their beer.
Nice.
And that's the first time I've ever heard of
Yeah.
somebody distilling a protein product in a
I was
in a
gonna say,
mainly.
I don't know. That doesn't.
And you know, I mean, it never went to the market. They just had it for themselves. But
Yeah.
she says you could definitely tell a difference. It, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, that's odd. And that would have been some $high whiskey, considering that it was all Wagyu beef
Yeah.
as well. So if you ever want to try something experimental, there you go. Maybe you should do a beef product or a pork product. You know,
Listen,
you know.
I try not to let my Wagyu spoil. So
I hear you.
You just throw some hot dogs in there or something and see what it does.
One of our guests on here, Justin, he's watching the show right now. He used to give us a lot of crap about some whiskey that we saw online. It's called Crab Trapper. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but they have a whiskey that has distilled crabs in it. And it says that the taste of it, when you read the notes, it's like crab and spice and something else. And now they've come out with one that has goose. I can't remember what it's called. Grains and geese or grains and goose or something, where it says the flavor is goose in it. And I'm like, I don't know if I need to spend $64 for this or not.
I think the only thing we'll ever put in our still besides grain is maybe some botanicals here and there, but we're not putting protein in our still. I can promise.
Yeah. But that's experimental for
It is
sure.
experimental, yeah.
Like some of your experimental products that you've done, since they are experimental, I mean, how's the success rate? Do you have more that surprise you, or do you have more that are like, wow, we really got to go back to the drawing board, or you just move on?
No, I think because Grant has, in his kind of philosophy, is that as long as we kind of go above and beyond in the raw materials, we go above and beyond with, you know, the different styles of grain, and we go above and beyond with our fermentations and our yeasts and how we distill it. And then at that point, if you're working with a good you know, base product, then you have a lot of blending power, and so that's why we have 3 Solera barrels. That's why we can do Founders. Founders is made up of 3 different giant white oak Solera barrels, and the Solera barrels just give us more blending power. All the different recipes just give us more blending power. So we've, you know, I've really never experienced a bad product. I've experienced, there's a process that we've learned doesn't produce great doesn't have great results. Like you can malt any cereal grain, but we also explored malted corn, and malted corn came back musty for us, and so we didn't
Hmm.
like must in that product. And that would be really the only negative experience that I can point to. Outside of that, um, the the hundreds of varieties that we've created are all great. It's just they're just all I'm also um, open to a lot of different flavor profiles. So like I mean I can drink Lefroy. You know, a lot of people can't drink Lefroy, and so we work with a variety of hardwood smoke malts and peat malts as well. That I've enjoyed every single one of those, and of course, again, you know, the beer that we're making is great before it becomes whiskey. So if you put a great hardwood smoke malt or a great peat malt, something smoky, and it doesn't matter how much you like it, but if you do a short hop fermentation with crappy yeast, a crappy fermentation process, you're probably not going to like the whiskey. So, but if you have a quality ingredient and you do like smoke, well, if you have a good process, then it's going to produce a good product. So, you know, we've just always been very mindful about our process, even our equipment. You know, all of our equipment is all Vendome equipment. It's all our distilling equipment is the best of the best distilling equipment. So, so these variety of experimentals that we do, whether they're smoky, roasty, toasty, whatever you want to call them. I've loved every single one. We've done an aquavit, and listen, I don't like licorice, so anise is not my favorite flavor profile, but I even like the aquavit because there was something about the product that was dynamic, and it was that was my least favorite, but just because I don't like anise, heavy anise stuff. But I really respected that it still did very well because it was you could tell that when you drank it, it was a high quality product.
Is there cooperage that you lean on that's like your, go-to cooperage that you utilize? And then
Yeah.
also with that, is there any special barreling you do, rebarreling, because I know everybody's getting into the toasting and the double oaking, things like that.
Yeah.
Have you guys experimented in that process as well?
So we work with ISC, Independent Stave, which is we've been fortunate to work with them on developing different toast profiles and char profiles, and we've done a lot. We've worked a lot with. We don't just roast and toast our grains; we roast and toast our barrels too. So I mean, we do both. So they've been great to work with. What was the second question?
Are you looking, I know that you might have done some of these, but some of the toasted, people have toasted bourbon barrel finished and the double oaked, those type things.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Yeah,
know.
we
I
use
haven't noticed because we don't
barrels,
get
that's
enough of
right.
them here. Have you
Yeah,
experimented with those?
Yeah, we've done double barreling here and there. You know, we do our barrel finishing series. You know, we work exclusively with suppliers on, like, we did a Silver Oak Cab release. We've done a Tawny Port from the Douro Valley in Portugal release. We've done a White Port release. We've done Scotch Cask release featuring Ardbeg, Lefroy, and Lagavulin barrels. We just did a maple syrup cask release that was Bliss maple syrup out of Michigan. So it said Michigan maple casks. I don't know. I could go on and on. We've done a Pinot.
No. It sounds like you're doing what I thought. I'd seen some of these other ones in the past, and again, I saw the maple syrup here available. That's the only one we've had recently in Arkansas, but I've seen some of the others online and different things like that.
Yeah.
But I know
Yeah,
that's a big
we're just,
thing.
we're not we don't we don't there's a lot of terminology in the industry that has kind of caught fire over the years, like toasted barrels and like double barrels and even stuff like small batch, right? I mean, every batch that we make is an 8-barrel batch. That's a small batch. We're a small batch bourbon.
Right.
But we do a lot, and so like for example, 91 is Solera barrel finished. I mean, that is a double barrel. What it does, it goes. We when we distill it and we barrel it, half of the batch goes into a 4-char. The second half of the batch goes into a 3-char with a custom 91 toast profile, which is a 40-minute toast. And then they go away to age. So that's 8 barrels that go away to age in different toasts and chars. And then after multiple years, those barrels come together in a 4,000-gallon white oak Solera barrel. And so it's complicated. We have a complicated process.
Well, it does.
So-
Expensive. It sounds a little expensive on the
It does. It is
barrel
expensive.
side.
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging that, Roger. It's very
Well,
expensive.
I mean, if
Too
you're going to
expensive.
have a 4,000-gallon barrel, that's got to be expensive. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about those. Can you explain a little bit about the Solera barrel and what that's all about and how you came to use that?
Yeah, Solera barrel is traditionally a like a pyramid of barrels where you're kind of constantly topping up these barrels, and they're filtering through each other basically, and you're commingling. So it's kind of the same process. It's just one barrel that you're constantly topping up that one barrel instead of a pyramid of barrels. And so it's a commingling of products that has an indefinite age to it. You can't, because if you have a product that goes through it at 10 years and you have a product that goes through it at 3 years, both of those products are they're working with each other indefinitely. You're never going to extract the 10-year out of it because you never dump the barrel. So
Yeah. Okay. So you're just constantly adding. How do you know when to pull some out?
It's based on demand. We pull stuff based on demand, and we don't. And based on demand, meaning we don't pull more than 8 to 10 barrel batches out of it. So, like in a 4,000-gallon Solera barrel that holds 100 barrels worth, we're never more than 10% of that barrel.
So you pull 10% out, you put 10% in.
Exactly.
And then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and
Yeah. So people ask actually how that works. Well, when you're loading 10 barrels in, there's a diaphragm pump that's loading all that stuff in, so it is naturally circulating the barrel every single time. And there's char in there, and it's unfiltered, it's cask strength, and so that Solera barrel, it's fun to go and take a nip off of it.
So does it have a pretty consistent flavor profile, or does it vary widely from batch to batch?
Well, that's one of the benefits of the Solera barrel is that it creates both consistency and complexity, and because it's wood, it breathes, so it changes over time. I mean, it's a very dynamic process.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Instead of going straight from a 53-gallon barrel into the bottling line, or going straight from 53-gallon barrel into a stainless gauging tank, you're constantly commingling these products after they've been fully matured in a 53 gallon. It's an extra finishing step that creates more complexity.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. You're the first ones ever hit on that on the show. That kind of process, that deep dive into something like this. I would dare say 95% of the people out there probably don't even know what that process is.
Yeah.
I know Roger does, because he's a bourbon nerd, a whiskey nerd, but
Wine
And wine
nerd.
and a wine nerd.
wine nerd,
And a wine
yeah.
nerd.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's all interesting.
No, I really I just find it interesting. You're playing with those independent stave barrels, and you got all these different toast and char levels and those different things. Because honestly, that's kind of the fun thing to do with when you have a barrel. You don't want them all to be exactly the same. Hey, let's see what happens if we do the three char and a 4 toast. See what it does, and
Right.
because I think a
Right.
lot of people get caught into having that same profile every time, and that's no fun. I mean, that's boring. It's wouldn't be Chattanooga, Tennessee whiskey if it didn't have a little variation to it.
That right there is probably the best way to summarize who we are. Is we're gonna give the whiskey every opportunity to create something, new and evolve and celebrate all the differences that can come out of this glass. Again, as long as our process is a good process, and we do go above and beyond in basically every step of the process, and as long as our ingredients are good ingredients, you're going to get a lot of exciting stuff out of here that's fun to drink.
I want to circle back with a question, talking about your malts, your different malts. So for those that don't know what malt is, it's just a grain that's been forced to sprout, if you will, and then they kill it so that you get your enzymes. So like a distiller's malt, that's what would convert the starches to sugars. When you're doing malts in some of these batches like you're talking about, you're doing it for flavor, not for conversion. So you're
Right.
doing, I'm going to assume, maybe like some caramel malts or something like that.
Yeah, so our flagship, so Chattanooga 91, this product is our flagship right here. So this features yellow dent corn, malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley.
Okay.
And it's Solera barrel finished and then non-chilled filtered.
So you're going for flavor with these malts. That's and there again, going back to the whole beer process,
right? Yeah.
I mean, most beer, that's what makes or breaks a style of beer, or a taste of the beer, is the malt that they use in it. So,
right.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Well, where do you see Chattanooga 10 years from now? You've talked about starting out with MGP. Now you make your own distillate. You've went from a small distillery, pot still, to now column still. What's in the future?
Right now our goal is to continue to do what we do, making a great whiskey. We have a lot of these infusion liqueurs that feature, these are bourbon liqueur infusions featuring a variety of botanicals and all real stuff that goes in here. And these do really, really well. So I would expect to see more of this type stuff from us because there's high demand for it. And we do it very well. And really, honestly, like that's, we're a great product maker. So as long as it's quality, complex, and flavorful, and we can do it efficiently, we will do it. So I wouldn't expect to see a vodka come out of us anytime soon, but you might see, different styles of kind of Geneva style gin that might come out, just because our Tennessee High Malt process is, while it is a whiskey mash base, it is capable of doing a lot of great things beyond just your traditional bourbon. And so, but yeah, that's that's what we are, is just continuing to build the Chattanooga Whiskey brand through these varieties of American whiskey and in liqueurs using our unique Tennessee high malt process. And I have no idea where that's going to take us in the next 10 years, but it's been 15 years and we're still going strong.
There you go. Guys, you have any other questions?
Well, I think you were talking about the liqueurs. So what kind of different flavors are you bringing out in those?
It depends on what kind of botanicals we're using, or it depends on if it's been barrel aged or not. If it's a bourbon, true bourbon liqueur, or if it's a bourbon barrel liqueur where it doesn't actually, where it's not, where it could be finished in a bourbon barrel, but it's not actually bourbon that's infused in it. We've done a lot of unaged infusions as well. So we've done strawberry gin. We just did a strawberry gin, batch 48. If you look it up on our website, it's amazing. And we hand crushed 150 pounds of strawberries to go into that. It's a huge pain, but it produces an amazing product. So that's actually why that's the shirt I'm wearing right now. It's why there's a strawberry on my shirt.
I know somebody tomorrow night or Saturday morning is going to be crushing 64 pounds of blueberries by hand.
Nice. Yep. Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on over, Will. 4 hands are faster than 2.
I'm gonna be out of town this weekend. Sorry.
Yeah. They always say that at the beginning of the process, but when that brandy comes out a year or so later out of that barrel, they'll be standing right here being like,
they're there. I know. Right. Yep. They want the easy part.
Hey, that's what friends are for,
I've never made a blueberry brandy. So I was going to make blackberry. My source for blackberries petered out on me this year, so I went to blueberry. But the good thing is, guys, means if I'm making new brandy now, it means the old brandy's ready to bottle. So there could be some cherry brandy coming out.
Yeah.
I always like to do one brandy a year. So
Tim,
anyway,
is there any special project or anything exciting coming out? You're real quick here. Just, is there anything you want to maybe share with us that is a new product, a new thing coming out in the next month or two?
Well, we just released our 14th anniversary founders in April, which is always a great product and does well, and it's great for it's a cool story. Blend of our past, our present, and our future with the 3 Solera barrels. So definitely look out for that, depending on the market that you're in. Barrel finishing series, where we have an ice wine finish that's going to be coming out, so be on the lookout for that. We're actually reintroducing a second version of Intergalactic Comet Crusher, our Alpha liqueur. We're having fun, man. We always have fun making stuff, and so if you're in Tennessee, you're in luck because you get the lion's share of all of our releases. If you're outside of Tennessee, you're gonna get 91, you're gonna get 11. You might get 99 rye. You might get bottled and bond. You might get founders, but that's about it.
Do you know, is the 14 founders, is it in the distillery right now? It is. In the gift shop? Because my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law lives across the street here, is happening to be visiting Chattanooga starting tomorrow for the weekend. So,
and there's a question in the comment about the strawberry gin available at the distillery.
It is. It is available at the distillery. So go get you some. It's great.
Oh my God, Tim, my wife just sends me a text. I kid you not. She just sends me a text. She's watching the show, I guess. And
she asked the question.
She was the one that asked. Oh, well, she sent me a personal text. Is the strawberry Gina valuable at the distillery? I got a feeling. I've got a feeling that at the distillery you'll be making some sales for Arkansas over the next couple of days. Probably a strawberry gin and a Founders. So
let's do it. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen.
Lord.
That's the beauty of having that experience is our bottles make it into some very weird places. Very distant places all over the world. we get, so we kind of build the brand that way, but it's also the beauty of what we do with experimentation. We want people to search for it, We don't want, you make it a 100-gallon pot still, it's impossible for us to make it easy for you to find. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I was talking about that to my dad tonight. I said, he goes, well, are these brands available in all of the states? I said, no, Dad. I said, if they only produce, 800 cases, it can only go so far.
Right.
And he goes,
right.
oh, that makes sense. But,
and I think that's the thing that I enjoy more. We were talking earlier about the Michter's 10 Rye release coming out. Would I be hunting for that? I really think I'd rather hunt for products like what you have in your distillery.
Yeah.
Some of the small products, the small production runs, that there's fabulous products out there that are attainable.
And we've got a lot of Tennessee listeners, so you're catching a lot of those folks, so they'll be coming that way.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard to stand in a liquor store after the amount of people that have made great things and hear the same labels called over and over and over again. That when I'm like, they have no idea what they're missing in the world of craft. No idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's
advertising dollars, right? I mean, Jim Beam, Wild Turkey, they got money to advertise, which I guess you really can't advertise whiskey anymore, can you? Like beer or whatnot. But I mean, I guess you can put it out there. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I've spent plenty of money on those big distillery products too. But I've got a lot of small distilleries back here behind me too. So
absolutely,
I enjoy their products a lot.
And like my sister-in-law probably is going to have some money Venmo'd if she's going. How much legally can you bring back across the state line? That's what I'm wondering now. She may have to rent a U-Haul and just hope that she doesn't get pulled over by this Arkansas State Police, because they will bust her.
I think hauling bourbon from state to state is the least of their concerns right now.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, Tim, thanks for coming on our show. It's been a pleasure. Guys, I'm just going to tell you this right now. We've dealt with a lot of guests and a lot of, distilleries over the last year. And like I told you, Tim, you guys are first class when it comes to communication skills with people like us. Lindsay over there, boy, give that girl a raise. I'm going to tell you. She's been great. And, I haven't really dealt with you except for this last couple of days. Lindsay's handled everything. If everybody was 10% as good as what you guys are just on that end of coordination, well, we'd be in a lot easier world. But
we've got a small business, but we have the best team in the business, period. We got little like right around 40 employees, and they're the best. And it's taken us 15 years to curate this team. And let me tell you, they're the best. So I will pass your compliments on to Lindsay.
Thank you. And I'm gonna be spending some money apparently in the next couple of days, because now my wife keeps sending me texts on the side. She doesn't realize I'm trying to run a live show. I just sent a message to them. Okay. Anyway, Tim, I know it's late over there in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Chattanooga,
Tennessee.
Tennessee drink up.
I'm about 15 minutes from the central time zone. So
you're just that close.
Well, which is great for me, because that means it stays lighter outside longer for me.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah.
But it also means that the sun gets up earlier too, right?
yeah. I need to get my ass out of bed, so it's fine.
All right, folks, go to Chattanooga. Will's been dropping the links, in
Facebook
the
link out
show,
there, everything. So,
Tim, we appreciate your time, your expertise. It's been a great time, and hopefully we'll see you sometime next time. Maybe I'm over in Chattanooga area. I will try to hook up or something.
yeah, we'll be over there.
Yeah, if any of your fans have any questions, tell them to email info@chattanooga-whiskey.com and ask us, or shoot us a direct message on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll get back to you. But I appreciate it, fellas. Thanks for the time.
Sounds good. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Tim. Have a good night.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I didn't know that this show was going to cost me more money, but apparently it's going to.
Yeah, well,
I mean, look, now she's even posting here. Our nephew will be there this weekend. And he's a whiskey guy, so yeah, that might be the one to send over there.
And how'd you get so
Sister-in-law,
lucky,
not so
Craig?
much. About
How'd
what?
you get so lucky to have that young wife of yours, and you being Colonel Santa? I mean, come on. He's not touching that. He's not touching that.
Yeah.
Let's play a
Oh, and
game.
the softball.
Oh,
Let's
playing a
play a
game.
game. Let's play a game. Let's see here.
Everybody,
There
you
you
got to
go.
get in on this bottle. This is like killer bottle.
125 proof Saz Rye can be yours for a mere $5 bill. So we're going to run this show for a little bit longer. I'm not going to lie to you, we'll probably do this drawing about 9:30. So it's 9:07 now. So that gives you 23 minutes to get in. So if you follow that Venmo link, $5 donation to the Bourbon Legends will get you 2 opportunities to win this Sazerac Rye.
So now can we talk about some of the other news stories that we missed?
Yeah, we've got some news stories. You want to hit them real quick?
Well, yeah, the one that I find very interesting is sources say, my sources out of California, and I am very big into the rap industry, and some media musical industry. But some people are telling me that Jay-Z is with a group that is buying Uncle Nearest bourbon and going to acquire that and take it over, keeping all of the previous, homage to Uncle Nearest in play, and not changing a damn thing, as somebody else that we know said. But I'm kind of interested. What do people think about that? I mean, what do you think about, a rap mogul coming in and taking over a Tennessee bourbon? Or do you think it'll matter? It's just as long as whoever owns it, it'll still be there. What do you guys think about it?
Well,
I think it's all about money, and I mean, I think that's what we're talking about here is somebody sees an investment opportunity who, may or may not have already loaned the Weaver some money. I don't know.
No, that's allegedly loaned the Weaver some $20 million.
Yes, allegedly. That's the best
Allegedly.
word, allegedly, because I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
don't know
think?
anything.
Still says he's still waiting on my 200 milliliters of Iron Roots.
Who is this?
Martin Cox. Did we have an Iron?
Yeah,
we didn't have an Iron.
Martin. Martin.
Craig's typing and trying to talk.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're all
can't do it.
coming in. Shoot me a message if maybe I can get with Steve and have Steve hand deliver that to you this weekend.
Oh, okay, that works.
If Steve can do that, because I know somebody may be going to Memphis.
Yep.
Guys, y'all need to talk. I've got
Okay.
Well, the other
I
the other
gotta
news
work
story
over
that's
here.
come out that I saw was that Yellowstone Bourbon is really pushing a lot of their Stephen Beam and a couple of the other guys that work there, pushing a lot of their 250th anniversary bottles. And I think one of our stores here locally got it in. What is it? Down in your way, Will. What's the name of the fun store down there?
Five star.
5 Star got in the 250th anniversary bottle from Yellowstone. It's only available in certain markets, so it's kind of interesting. So,
Yeah, I'm just not a Yellowstone fan, just
well,
not a
not all of
Yellowstone.
them taste like
Well, even the ones
catfish
that
butt.
don't taste like licking a catfish, I just don't enjoy. I mean, I just don't enjoy Yellowstone.
It's okay. You
So,
don't have to like everything. I mean, what about this? What about this one? Does any of you guys like Blood Oath?
I don't think I've ever had any.
I was gonna say they're they're running out a new Pack 12. And check this out. It's a blend of 7, 9, and 12-year-old bourbons in a wine cask of all things. Imagine that.
It might be good.
Well,
Might be good.
I'll guarantee you, there are a lot of people who really like Blood Oath.
I would have to agree with you. I think one of them might be listening to the show tonight. Tom Black.
He says he's sipping on it right now. What I'm wondering though, I've been looking at Roger's shirt all night, and I'm wondering if Roger's wearing his shirt backwards or if I'm wearing mine backwards.
No, mine has the logo on the front and the back.
Hang on.
See? Look, hold on. See? I got one have it on the front and the back.
Maybe this shirt is a reversible shirt. Maybe that's what
it could be a reversible shirt. We've got these
You know
available
what?
on the
If
website.
if it is a reversible shirt, just think if you paid $20 for it, you really only paid $10 for each shirt.
That's kind of like, if you're in a bind, you can wear your underwear 4 days in a row.
Yeah, you get this shirt dirty, you just flip it around and it's a whole new shirt. Who looks at your back anyway?
I don't know. I can't see them because I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Heaven Hill has said that this year is going to be the year of wheat. Is that, guys, for you? Is that going to be a yelp? Or is that going to be a
no?
No.
I mean, I haven't bid on any of the grain of glass yet. I just feel like the price point's just a little bit higher than what it should be for what you get. I mean, I've tried some of them and they're decent products, but I'd just rather spend my money somewhere else.
Overall, I think I'm going to be the year of the wheat. I think wheated bourbon for me and wheated whiskey and those type things still interest me. I enjoy the flavor profile. We've got a couple of guests coming up soon that utilize a wheated mash bill and do some different toasting and things like that to them. So, yeah, I'm going to say yep, but maybe not to the Heaven Hill product.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like the wheated products and the wheat whiskey, and I enjoy all those. But just there's a lot of other products out there that the price points are better, and so I think I'm going to pass on this.
Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast says he's going to pass on that wheated. Hey.
I would have to agree. That might again. They've got some other interesting things that have come out recently. They did a Rittenhouse 10-year, and it immediately went to $99. And I don't know about you, but you can typically buy a Rittenhouse, for around 24. That's at least bottle and bond. Is it really worth $100 for a 10-year product? I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. I will mention it. We did a pick this week that's going to be out for the Bourbon Legends, and we picked between well, we had 6 samples, I'll say. And 3 of the samples were lower age product, and 3 of the samples were higher age product. And we picked one of each, one out of the 3, one out of the other 3. And then we put the higher aged next to the lower age, and the difference would have been about $20. And I
Probably a
think
little more.
all of us, or probably a little more, and we just all 3 agreed, and there were 6 of us picking, so all 6 basically agreed that it wasn't worth the $20 more for the older age product. Now, I would have spent $20 for it, for the older age product, if that would have been out there, and it was compared to this other one, and it was $20 more. I personally would have said, "What's $20?" But there's a lot of people who wouldn't have said, "What's $20 extra dollars?" So, especially in this kind of an economy where $20 extra or $25 extra, that's a half a tank of gas, maybe, if you're lucky. So I think it all depends on, whether you have the funds, whether you really are into the weed or not into the weed or whatever. I don't think there's a hard pass for me just because it might be more expensive.
Well, and
But that's just me.
The other thing is too, though. I mean, there's so many things out there. Unless you're just independently wealthy, you can't collect everything.
No.
You've got to just finally say, "Hey, I'm just not going to get into this because I don't want to chase every single special line from every single distillery." You just can't do it.
But Will, what about this bottle? Are you going to, who out there in the comment section, honestly, please put this out there. Would you buy one of these new Jack Daniel Coy Hill Rise that's coming out? If you see it, would you buy that, or would you pass on that?
And I'm
Because
assuming
I don't
it's
have a
a
Coy
special
Hill.
release. Highly
Well,
limited.
Yeah,
I love how they put special release and highly limited.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? It doesn't have to be the Coy Hill. It could be the Gold Full Label Austin Nichols release. Would you go after this? Now, see, there's a yes.
And somebody, I love the next one down. If you've got candy money, you can buy it all.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and this is the thing, James is right. If you like everything from Jack Daniels that you tried, then yeah, I mean, jump right on.
Yeah.
So,
and then show me the proof says no. So see, there's not a one fit solution for every bottle out there, or every SKU. I mean, it's just kind of up to you, whatever you think. So it's all interesting. You know what else is interesting? That this graphic won't leave. There it went.
So did we ever decide if Roger's telling the truth on any of these stories or not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he was telling the truth about Jay-Z or not. What do you guys think?
Jay-Z's buying it.
Do you think Jay-Z is buying it? Now, you do know that his wife already has a whiskey brand, Sir something or not. I can't even remember what it's called.
Or Sir Master or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to the comments and see.
Is Roger telling the truth or not?
Steve says he'd buy it if he actually could find it. He's talking about that Jack Daniels product. Is Roger telling the truth about Jay-Z, or is he just making this up? Anyone?
Nobody wants.
They don't want to play. They don't want to play. Hey, okay, Roger, make another statement.
They know this is being recorded. Hey, guys, you take the wheel for a little bit. Jesus, take the wheel, because I've got to go to the potty room.
He's got to go look for a snake.
I got to look for a snake
outside. So James says you're a good storyteller, Roger.
Yeah. I like James a lot. I think he's a
Steve
very good
doesn't
human
know who
being.
Jay-Z is.
Who's Jay-Z? Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Some
So
of you guys wouldn't know him. He didn't rap you to sleep.
yeah, let's
You
play
know.
this game, Roger. I know I'm gonna put you on the spot, but tell us a story or make a statement, and this is gonna be: is Roger telling the truth or is Roger lying? And this is where everybody in the comments, uh, everybody in the comments needs to step up and say, is Roger telling the truth or is he pulling our legs? So here you go, Roger. Tell us a story.
Well, getting back to the Jay-Z thing, he was in St. Louis one night and he did a concert in St. Louis. And we were the official bank sponsor of the concert. And so we had him up in our suite. And he hung out and talked to me for like 3 hours. He wanted to know all there was to know about banking. He thought that I was the most interesting person in the world. Because, he is a money man. There ain't no doubt about it. He is money, 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 money. He wanted to know about how to invest, who to go to, how to do it, and how to set it all up. And I'm saying that I am the reason that Jay-Z is such a big businessman right now.
So what do y'all think? Everybody in the comments, what do you think? Is Roger telling the truth? And if you want to, you can pick out individual points of his story and say, yeah, maybe he's telling the truth
Show me
about
the
that.
proofs. I cannot tell a lie.
Well, show me the proof. I'm just telling you, Roger will lie to you if you're not watching. So everybody throw it out here. What do you think? Is Roger telling the truth on this story, or is he maybe fibbing a little bit? Jeff Castle believes you. Jeff Castle believes you.
See? They don't. Everybody didn't know my financial prowess that I taught Jay-Z.
So Rob wants to know. Rob wants to know if it was a Jay-Z concert.
Yeah, it was a Jay-Z concert in St. Louis.
Steve Bill says you're full of bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well, Steve knows me a little bit, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe it happened. I don't know. I was pretty drunk.
Oh. BBE says he'd rather spend his money elsewhere. There's Larrikin Pick, SHF, RR13, JD14, so much other stuff than the Heaven Hill Weeded. And he's going to pass on the new Penelope too. Hey, there you go.
I'm going after the new Russell's Reserve 13. There's no doubt about that. I'm getting that bottle.
Sure,
because Will's got one. I don't have one up there, or there, or over there, or down there.
I hope like hell you do get a bottle, so you'll quit drinking mine.
Hey, Kevin says Roger's the money man.
He says that, but look at Rob. Rob says he's calling bullshit. If it was a Jay-Z concert, why is he talking to Roger in the suites? Yeah,
it was after it was over. I said after it was over, he came up and joined us in the suite because we sponsored the concert.
Oh.
Just saying.
You guys know how you can tell when Roger's telling a fib, don't you? His mouth is moving. His mouth is moving.
That's right.
All right,
guys. Can I, Roger? You want to tell them, or you want to hold them in suspense?
What
was that true, or was that wrong? False?
Oh, wait a minute. Steve needs to know what you wore to the concert because that'll help him decide.
I was in my suit. I had to wear my business suit because we were in the suite with all the senior leaders of the bank from U.S. Bank, and it's actually somewhat true. We did talk, but we didn't talk for 3 hours, but we talked. I talked to him, and he came up and met with everybody there. He was truly asking everybody a lot of financial questions. It was amazing because everybody was kind of expecting this guy who smelled a little bit like
skunk.
What's that? Grass? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he came up and asked a bunch of serious questions. about how to invest, how to do these things, and blah blah blah. And it was kind of interesting to us. So
Well, I mean, he's trying to make sure he's going to have money.
yeah,
I have a serious question.
this is up in Minneapolis, by the way.
Minneapolis. I thought this was in St. Louis. You told me
No,
St. Louis.
Minneapolis, the headquarters for U.S. Bank, Minneapolis, when he played a concert up there.
Yeah, 5 minutes, folks. 5 minutes, and we're going to spin this wheel and give this bottle away. So $5 can get you this foolproof Saz Rye. Okay. Now I want to be serious about one other thing, guy, and then we can.
Okay, we're serious.
But we're having our first big bottle share.
You're letting everybody know about this?
Well, I mean, might as well.
Throw it out there.
We're
Throw
having
it
a
out
big,
there.
we're having a big bottle share in Conway, Arkansas, the wettest city in the driest county. And this is for anybody that wants to make the trek over here. There's about probably 8 hotels within a mile of the facility where we're going to be having this. Bring a bottle. We're going to have a share and enjoy. And we're going to be cooking barbecue too. So we're going to have barbecue, pulled pork sandwiches, baked beans, chips, coleslaw, pickles, you name it. We'll have plenty of bottled water. And like the little advertisement, if you will, says, come for the bourbon, but stay for the barbecue. I think they got that backwards. I think it's come for the barbecue and stay for the bourbon, but hey,
What's the
whatever.
date on this? I don't see it on here.
Well, yeah, we're having one, but we're not telling them when.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
July 8th, 18th.
Okay, hold on a second. The date just changed right there in the middle of it. So I'm pretty sure it's July 18th. Who's lying
18th.
here?
I said 18th. Yeah. 18th. James, I'd be there if I wasn't leaving for a conference that morning. Man, don't you have like the blue flu or something?
Well, he is a dedicated and persistent government employee, and we appreciate him here in the state of Arkansas.
Thank you, James.
Thank you for everything you do, James.
So yeah, we're gonna have our bottle share. It's gonna be our first one. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be anywhere hopefully between 50 and 70 people. So that will give lots of people lots of opportunities to drink different bourbons. Hopefully, not everybody, I hope, will bring a Buffalo Trace bottle.
Oh, I'm bringing a bunch of craft people that we've had recently on the show.
And here's
some
the
of them
thing.
we'll have before then.
And here's the thing. So I'm still working out details in my head about what we're going to do, but I think we're going to have some merchandise set up that you can, maybe walk away with, Glens or lanyards or who knows. I don't know what we're going to be doing. But I think there may be some opportunities to maybe do kind of like what we're doing tonight with this SAS 15, but you'll actually be able to walk home with it that night.
Right. So just real quick, I threw the contact, the Gmail address out there. Craig, do you want them to just email you for more information? Or RSVP?
Yeah, they can email, or if they, one of the easier ways of doing it is just go to our Facebook page.
Okay.
And then in the Facebook page, you can go under the events, and it's right there, and you can just click and say, I'm interested, or yes, I'm going, or no, I'm not. And that'll give me, that's probably the easiest way to do it right now.
And it actually has the address of the location we're going to in the whole bit.
Okay, I just threw the Facebook link up there. And then Flies Goodbyes wants to know if they can still get in the contest, win. So give me the details on that.
Yeah, you talking about for the SAS 15? Yeah, just go right up there to that Venmo link. Yeah, I'm sorry, what'd I say?
So 15. Well, 15. We don't. Is there a Sazerac 15-year-old? I don't know.
No, not yet.
I
Not
don't
yet.
know what the hell I'm thinking. Now just go to the Venmo and you can send your payment there. And I tell you what, if you want to get in, do it. And then as soon as you do it, we'll spin the wheel as soon as I get everything tied in. So anywho, come to the barbecue.
Bourbon
And,
barbecue share.
and some people have asked me, why are you not doing this at your house? And I'll tell you why. Because it's going to be hot as hell July 18th. And I want to be in a building that has air conditioning. And I want to be in a building that's got women and men's bathrooms.
Yeah, because
So-
Craig doesn't have air conditioning at his house. He just runs the windows open.
I don't want 70 people inside my house. Could you imagine?
Well, I don't think there's
Or
room.
speakeasy.
I don't think there's definitely not room in the speakeasy.
No, that would be bad.
Mhm.
So anyway, whoa, I gotta get rid of this graphic.
Well, Steve
All right.
Beal's already out there. You see this?
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna win this bottle.
He's
already.
going to win the bottle, and he says he'll bring it to the share. Nope.
Nope.
Well,
Steve, he's being mean to you because you're local. He knows you now. You know, we can do that.
I'm gonna give a couple of more minutes to who was it? Flies Goodbyes.
Uh-huh.
Kyle's goodbyes.
Or let me
Well,
know, Flies Goodbyes. If you're wanting in on this, just if you will write down in the comments, I'm in. I will go ahead and put your name in it, and I trust you, and I'll just spin the wheel. That's how I'm rolling
So,
tonight.
the other thing I was going to mention tonight is that
$5. You can pay as much as you want. If you put $10, you get 4 chances. If you put in $100, I'm just going to give you the damn bottle.
I mean, that's the easy way to do it, huh?
You get 2 spins for $5. If that 2 spots on the spinning wheel, if that makes sense. So
spinning wheel. Good. Oh, sorry. So we'll.
Hold on.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting something. I'm getting my producer telling me something in this ear. It says we'll be right back.
In a world full of ordinary scents, one man dares to smell aged. Introducing Rickhouse Cologne. With bold notes of charred oak, vanilla, caramel, old barrel funk, and questionable decisions, Rickhouse Cologne doesn't just enter the room, it proofs the room. One spray says, I appreciate complexity. 2 sprays say, I have a bottle hidden behind the cereal. 3 sprays say, my wife is already suspicious. Available in 3 unforgettable expressions. Small batch splash for everyday pours. Single barrel spray for when you want to feel allocated. And barrel strength edition, not recommended before church, job interviews, or parent-teacher conferences. Side effects may include bourbon hunting, unnecessary shelf building, smelling glasses in public saying, that's got a nice nose, and explaining MASH bills to strangers. Rickhouse Cologne. Smell like you've been aging gracefully. Whether you have or not, Rickhouse Cologne. Notes of oak, proof, and poor decisions.
There you
They're
go,
gonna be
Roger.
a good sponsor. They are going to be such a good damn sponsor.
There you go. All right. So let me finish this wheel up. And
Hey, Martin Cox said put him in for 5. He's sending money right now.
Martin.
Okay, well,
all right.
So we can get an update. We need an update on Chill Will, because again, we all love you and care about you, brother.
So we need
What
to.
have you got going on coming up in your treatment for the colon cancer?
So I am currently 3.5 weeks post-op. Feel pretty good, moving around good. Everything's working good. But where the tumor was, it was actually attached to my abdominal wall. And So there's some micro intrusions in the abdominal wall where there's some cancer cells. So probably next week, I haven't heard for sure, but probably next week we're going to do targeted radiation. Do 10 rounds of targeted radiation to kill those cells in the abdominal wall.
So
And
you're
then
getting nuked.
I'm getting nuked. Yeah, they've got a really big microwave because I'm a big guy, and they're going to put me in that microwave on the turntable. I just hope I don't have to scrunch up too much. Otherwise, I'll get stuck and won't be rotating and won't get cooked evenly. But so anyway, there's 10 rounds of that. Should not really be any side effects from that at all, based on the location and the dosage. So looking forward to that. And then the unfortunate part is after that I will be doing chemo. Chemo is not fun at all, but I've done it once. I can do it again. So, but that's just to make sure that there's nothing anywhere else. But once we get through with that, then hopefully I won't have to deal with this anymore.
And then after that, we're going to have the party on top of a garage.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, we got to find a
Celebrate.
parking garage. We'll probably be opening, a single rick house and a Russell's 13 on top of a parking garage. So, those are my celebration bottles
There you
for,
go.
for beating cancer.
I'm ready to try some of those.
And
Toasted
I'm ready
goat.
for him to ring that bell again.
That's right.
Toasted goat. We've got a SAS 125 proof up for grabs, and the buy-in is two spots for $5. Make you holla. 2 spots for $5. Make you holla. I'm going to wait for you. If you want in, let me know. If you don't want in, Rob, you already told him, so thank you for helping me out here.
Martin wants to know if you got his Venmo.
Martin, I did. Thank you much.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Martin, for the $500 that you sent to.
Martin is a high roller.
We all know
Martin's a high roller.
I am sorry. I saw a dot. I didn't see the dot between the 5 and 2 zeros. So,
I mean, do you? I know Venmo is better. Do you care if somebody were to throw a $5 super chat out there?
Yeah, that'd be fine if you want to do that. Venmo is easier because it all comes up and I can check it out. Look at Martin. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's something I'm always worried about when I'm sending a Venmo. Like, I don't want to send the wrong amount. Send something for $50 and put an extra zero, and all of a sudden, dude, you're screwed.
Hey, there you go. Toast goats in for 4. Put them down for 4.
I'm just going to put the goat. I'm just going to put on here goat. So that way.
But I like the fact that he says he's the toasted goat because, that makes him prevalent in the whiskey industry and bourbon industry right now. He's got a toasted finish to him.
That's
right. Or he's had so much he toasted.
Oh yeah, that could be it too.
That could be it.
Or it could be like that sub shop we went to that a couple months back where they served toasted subs, and it was all kind of
Speaking of toasted, it's June. There may be something that might be coming out before too long.
Don't tell me. There's going to be a different version, different turkey release. Not the gold foil, but a what?
A toasted turkey?
Toasted turkey number 2.
Like version 2 of this bad boy right here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
brother.
we can't rush it, but when it's ready, it's going to be ready. And I'm telling you what, next week is one of those weeks here where it looks like it's going to get hot as hell. And when it gets hot as hell here at ground level, it gets even hotter than hell up higher. So
yeah. So you got flies and goodbyes on the wheel?
I do, and we're getting ready to spin this.
Let's spin it. Spin that bad boy.
Okay. Can y'all can you see it? All right, you're
Yeah.
there. You can see it. All right, I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to shuffle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Oh, we're not doing that on the wheel, do we? We don't do that on the wheel.
No, because the wheel actually makes its own noise.
It makes its own noise.
The winner is. Oh, look at there. Goat is
Toasted
the
Goat.
winner. Toasted Goat.
Toasted Goat.
Toasted goat.
Got in right under the wire and actually comes away with it. Now, Toasted Goat, since you need to send me an email, if you will. Will, can you put that out there for me, please, sir?
It's in the comments. Should be.
All right, it's in the comment section. If you will send me an email with the correct address that I can walk and hand deliver this to you, I would appreciate it. And
Not there yet, Will.
Did I not do it? Okay, here, let me try again.
no, it didn't pop up there.
It's on its way now.
There it
we
is.
go.
The Bourbon Legends Media at gmail.com. I will get that email and I will get this coming your way.
And
Look
you
at
got a
Steve
couple
Hill.
other things to mail out this week.
Should have paid $100, huh?
You got a couple other things to mail out this week too, which is the some of the Moonshine Mayhem bottles that are going.
Yeah,
out.
we got
Mark Pruitt and Donna.
Donna.
We're getting those coming out.
Yeah. I was a little busy this week, coming back from vacation and trying to catch up on things. That's the worst part about vacation is when you get back, you basically do double what you would normally have done because you weren't here that week. So
Yeah, just send me a note when you ship those, and I'll mark it down on my spreadsheet.
I will. Thank you. Will not only is a gentleman and scholar, but he keeps really good tabs on who wins what, and he stays on my ass to make sure that I get them to you.
I'm trying to.
It's a tough deal because I don't normally do that. So, guys, Will is not going to be here next week. So don't worry. Don't ask a million questions of why he's not here. Is he back in the hospital? Does he have a colostomy bag? We don't need to hear that.
I can show you that if anybody wants to see.
No.
Oh, okay.
The reason why you want to tell him why you're not going to be here?
Well, yeah. So, matter of fact, right 30 minutes after the show starts, I'll be picking my daughter up from the airport. I haven't seen her since, when she got married in September of 2024. Yeah, September of 2024. So, I'm excited about having her come into town and hanging out. And she wants to go to Waffle House as soon as we get off the airplane. So, because they don't have those in Washington. So,
where's the closest Waffle House to the airport? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. We'll probably hit the one down in Benton though. We'll probably
go to the one in
get out of town a little bit. So,
can you say Benton?
Benton.
So,
even though Will is not going to be here, I want all of you guys to be here because we've got a twofer next week.
That's going to be a great show.
Not only do we have, I guess it's okay for us to let the cat out of the bag. So we're going to have Jonathan Maciano from K. Luke's going to be on here. He's going to be talking about all of, his past, everything, like we always do on the show. But he's also got a new product that we're going to be reviewing and tasting here live. And we've also got an old friend that's coming back for at first it was going to just be a segment, and then it was going to be the whole show. And it'll probably be the whole show since Will's not going to be here. We'll probably have a new co-host.
Yeah, they're going to fire me just because I picked my daughter up from the airport.
A special co-host.
But we're going to have Josh Hammond from Buster's Liquor there in Memphis. He's gonna be here as well. So we're going to have a twofer. And Josh is kind of working himself in here to having a permanent job if Will bugs out on us again at some point.
Well, I mean, there's a possibility because once chemo starts, I may not feel like doing it.
Yeah, you might not, and that's okay if you don't.
Or y'all may just be sitting here watching me all slumped over because I'm passed out from chemo. But anyway, that might be entertaining too.
We can't replace you, Will. You are irreplaceable.
Yeah.
But Josh will come in and do his best because he's going to wear sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
He's
He's got to be incognito.
Incognito.
And he's got some interesting things to talk to everybody about too, which will be fun because not only does he have one of the barrel picks from the Bourbon Legends, but he might have 2 barrel picks from the Bourbon Legends coming soon.
Maybe so.
Well, it's no lie. It's no lie. We are doing another barrel pick with Josh. I don't know if we're going to be at liberty to say by next week what it is, but I will tell you this. We're going to pre-sell it, so you can get it here first from us. You're going to get it at a better price from us. So just saying, be on the lookout for that. It's probably coming sooner than later, as we are going to do pre-sales on that. So we're just waiting to finish up dotting an I and crossing a T. And then I think, probably next week, I would say we'll probably have that for you. And honestly, we're going to probably do this the way that we've intended to do it. And that's by, if you're on Discord, if you're a Discord member, if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get first dibs at this. No, we may not do that since it's, I think he said it's 180 bottles. I don't think we'll
have a hefty pick. So let's
offer
it to everybody we can.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We'll just offer it to everybody. So we'll put it out there. And like I said, we'll do some pre-sales. And then hopefully we will all be able to meet in Memphis and pick it up. So if you're in the Memphis area, East Arkansas, Central Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Boot Hill, and Missouri, we can all meet in Memphis and maybe we can have a little fun. So, all right, Toasted Goat, you just sent me an email. Good deal. I will read it probably at 7:00 in the morning when I get to work and get this thing boxed up and ready to go. Gentlemen, do you have anything else to say? I think I've talked myself out tonight.
Me, I could talk all night, but I'll leave it alone and just say Tennessee.
There you go. I'll just say go get screened. Go
get screened for colon cancer, boys and girls. And if you're of a certain age, go get screened for skin cancer because unfortunately, you hit 60 or 50, you're more susceptible to it. I know because I had it too. So go out there, and we want everybody healthy.
That's right. Because if you catch it early, you can beat it quickly.
There you go. And then that way you can come to our bottle shares, and you can be a legend. Sometimes legendary. I question, legendary. Sometimes I question this whole Bourbon Legends thing because I think we're starting to get a persona that like only us 3 are Bourbon Legends, and that's not true.
Well,
Bourbon Legend is for everybody who wants to be a legend. Yeah. You don't have to be somebody special. Just you want to be a legend, you're a legend.
The legends part about it is making the connections and meeting other people and sharing good pours. That's what makes you legendary. It's not us sitting here in front of the cameras, fumbling our way through a YouTube show. I mean, it's not any of that. It's not being on the pick team. It's everybody getting to hang out with each other and enjoy a good time and tell stories, with a glass of bourbon around a campfire.
Yeah. So. And just like Will, you didn't get to be a part of it, but like when we went to Old Glory, what we have 20, 25, 30 people there, and we had a hell of a good time, with this bottle share and any bottle share, and just maybe just hanging out at a bar somewhere. As a matter of fact, if anybody's in Conway area, I'm thinking maybe one day next week heading over to O'Malley's after work and maybe partaking in a pour or two. there. So I'm still trying to work that out. It might be Monday or it might be Wednesday. I don't know yet. So
James, you're right. All you got to do, James, is buy a shirt, and you are legendary. That's right.
Oh yeah, well that'll work too. I mean, buy all the shirts you want. If y'all want a 4th of July shirt, I can make a 4th of July shirt.
I think we need a 250th hat. Just throwing it out there.
We'll see. All right, guy. Flies goodbye. Easy to do. All you have to do is go to thebourbonlegends.com, and we've got a store there, and they will direct ship to you. I will never touch that shirt.
Won't slow it down in any way.
And the best part about it is, honestly, we ain't making a dime off of these shirts. We just want you guys to have them on your backs.
Yeah.
We try to keep the price as low as possible. I used to could sell them for 0% profit. Now I have to put at least like 25. I think I make 25 cents on a shirt because they won't let me do 0% anymore. So, I guess it's some sort of.
So we can reinvest that back into the show because I can guarantee you this isn't free.
Could you imagine me paying taxes on on the sales of the shirt? It's like he made $3.75 profit so far this year on those t-shirts.
Rob, I have not seen tall shirts on the website.
I don't know if they do or not. I can look into it tomorrow to see if they have an option where I could do a tall shirt. Like I said, it's a third party person that I get these shirts from, or a company, and so I just designed the insignias and ship it or send it to their page, and they do it. So I have to look and see. They've got all different kinds of shirts, so maybe I can. All I have right now is a little wood piece I got from one of y'all at a drop. You got a little wood piece of what?
He got
one of our coins. Okay, cool.
So come to the bottle share in July, and I bet you we can come up with something else.
Oh yeah,
got some nice patches.
Yeah,
the patches work good. You can select those on a hat, you iron it on, and boom, you got a hat.
You can iron them on. We got glens. We got glens that we can do. We have coins. We got all kinds of things. And you notice we don't really push all these things because, like I said, they're all basically at cost. We just want people to be able to, have a Bourbon Legends Glen and say, I got it. You know what a Glen goes for online? I looked at a competitor who goes out and films, kind of a big portly guy that wears these Magellan shirts, has a beard, and you may know the guy.
And charges for the
$20 for their Glens.
How much are ours?
I don't know. I have to look on the webpage, but they're not $20. I don't know. Can't remember whatever they cost when I bought them. I don't know. Hey, I'm kind of going to tell you like my dad. I don't know the prices. I'm just the boss. I don't know, but it's all on the webpage.
Let me open the thing up and see. Let me just see if I can find any merch on here.
Well, here we go. Live breaking news here, boys and girls.
Brazzle or something like that. Yeah.
Brazzle.
If that's
the beer guy, the guy that likes beer a
lot. James says $14.99. So see,
there you go, $14.99. There it is.
It's cheaper than
we are $5 cheaper than most everybody else out there.
Cheaper. Yeah. Of course, if you're gonna come to the bottle share, I'd wait for that because that dadgum shipping. Did y'all see where the post office is going up again on postage today?
Oh yes. UPS, well, they've got to look at the cost of fuel goes up, and fuel comes down, but then they go up before the fuel. It
ain't never going to go down. That's the bad thing. That's the bad thing at $14.99 to buy a Glen. You're going to pay at least $10 shipping on that. It's not really worth it, but whatever.
But we'll hand deliver it to anywhere. I can guarantee you, boys and girls. We'll
find a way to get it there.
If we can do it, we can do it. We'll
make it happen. We'll call on the Bourbon Legends Network and we'll get it done.
That's the thing I like about doing the t-shirts is I don't have to handle them, and the shipping on them are like I think around $5 or $6 on a t-shirt ship. So that's not bad at all.
No, they do a pretty good job.
FedEx and UPS merging, call it Fed Up.
Fed up.
Mhm.
Amen.
I like that.
Amen. All right, folks, let's wrap this thing up. Well, it's almost
Okay.
10 o'clock. Yeah, that's a good show. Hell, I thought we were going to get out here at 9:30. I was going to go in there and eat me some banana pudding that I made tonight for dinner.
Oh, I ate some
Banner
earlier.
pudding?
Yeah, my wife made some yesterday. It was really good.
I guess only one of us doesn't have banana pudding at their
Yeah.
house.
One of these things isn't like the other.
I bet Randy from Steelworks and Brewing could make him
You
some
got it.
banana pudding moonshine.
I bet he's got some.
All right, folks, y'all have a good rest of the week, which is only
night,
one
Toasted
more
Goat.
day. Thanks for joining in. Please like, please subscribe, but most of all, share. Share your bottles. Roger, you hearing me?
I hear you.
Share your bottles.
I share my bottles.
Okay. When you come to Speakeasy, just bring some of your bottles.
I got one. I'm gonna share one with you. I'll share this
Uh-oh.
one with you right here. There you go.
Oh
Yellowstone.
boy, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that to the bottle share, and y'all gotta drink it.
There you go. All right. Anybody that wants to do a little post talking, we're going to be on the Discord, or if somebody will may go to bed. I'm going to hop over there till about 10:15. Then I'm going to go to bed because I had to go to work early. I was on the lawnmower at 7 o'clock this morning. Beautiful though weather this morning. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little nip in the air and watching the slight ripples on the lake where I was mowing. Oh man, it was nice. What time did you get up, Roger? You were up fairly early.
8:30.
Yeah. And Will, what time did you get up?
Let's see. The first time was 2 a.m. and then I went back to bed at 5, and then I think I got up at 9:30 for the last
You
time.
went back to sleep for a little bit.
No, I actually didn't. I got up and started rolling. Had stuff to do today.
Okay.
All right. Hey guys, be safe out there this weekend. And we'll see you next week. You won't see Will, but you'll see us.
All right. Y'all have a good
So
one.
long.
See
So
y'all.
long, everybody.
Pour one more for the stories we've told of barrels and bottles and whiskey gold. From grain to glass, through fire and flame, every pour's got a legend's name.